Hey everyone, hey everyone, hey everyone. This is a great day. Welcome to TBI Uncovered. I'm Erica Renee. TBI Uncovered is a show that represents for the traumatic brain injury community, and it's a show to broadcast different traumatic brain injury stories, concussion stories, those who are impacted in any other kind of capacity with brain injuries. So on today's show, I have I'm sorry, I got to go through my spiel. Welcome to the TBI Uncovered, a platform that allows traumatic brain injury survivors to share their stories and bring awareness about TBIs, brain injuries, brain conditions, the disability community, anyone associated with brain injuries, and to provide resources to those impacted. On today's show, I'm very excited to welcome this guest. He's a brain injury survivor as well concussion survivor, and he has an amazing story. We talked a little bit last night, so bring him in. So hold on a second. Let's see. Hey, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Oh, that don't sound too good. Um,
Was it kind of
so
choppy?
just introduce. I just said a little spiel about you, whatever. But I would like you to introduce yourself and to share your TBI, share your story, your concussion story.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for having me, first of all. Um, my name's Isaiah Osborne. I'm from San Diego. Um, my
So,
story
hey,
is kind of a long, drawn out one, but basically spent about 15 seasons playing football. Um, entire time didn't really know what a concussion was till I got to the tail end of it, and yeah, that kind of brings us to where we are now.
okay. So, um, how has your injury impacted your life?
Yeah, and I don't want to be super long on that intro because I want to let you ask the questions. But they concussions, I feel like they're not always taken so seriously, but it's a pretty
Yeah.
serious injury. Um, because you're dealing with your brain, and I don't think you really realize all the things you use your brain for
Hmm.
until those parts start to give out. Um, so in a nutshell, it made life very difficult from just my internal thoughts. I mean, my balance was all screwing off. Um, speech. I mean, just all around, you name it, your brain's involved. And when
Hmm.
it's been hit back and forth so many times from all angles for so long, it really starts to affect all parts of your life. Really.
Yes. So, what kind of rehabilitation did you have to go through, or did you
What
have
was that?
rehabilitation? What kind of like therapy, like physical therapy or occupational therapy? Did you have to receive any
Yeah,
therapy to go?
yeah. So initially I didn't seek help at all. I didn't really know what I was dealing with, and I didn't know where to start, and I kind of thought I could tough it out. So as it kind of kept getting worse and worse over time, I finally was like, yeah, I need help. Something needs to be done, or this just isn't going to end well. So I just got done doing what's called Mert Therapy, or MERT, where they basically use this really powerful magnet they strap it to your head, and they use it to stimulate those neurons that aren't quite working properly. So the way the doctor described it, they said, hey, there's some sleepiness going on in the front of your head. We're gonna look to wake those up, using this magnet, and that's what they did.
Okay. Can you describe your experience at the brain treatment center? Can you describe
Yeah,
that? Like,
yeah, absolutely. So first of all, it was nice because everybody there was super cool. I think they realize what people are going through when they go into a place like that.
Mhm.
And it wasn't easy to get started at all, and especially the anxiety of not knowing whether it's even going to work or not, you know. Um, so the experience was good as far as the people there were really nice. The treatment itself, um, it's weird to explain. It kind of when they turn the magnet on, it feels like a rubber band snapping your head, kind of.
Mhm.
Um, but after a couple of minutes, I got used to it. I know it's not the same for everybody. I know it can be very irritating for some people, but thankfully I was able to get used to it, and it wasn't super bad. I got used to the sensation, and I started feeling the effects after about a week. I felt very energized, and that's when I really started to gain hope, like something was changing, because I started to feel different on the inside, which was nice.
Mhm. Hmm. Man. So, and then we were talking yesterday. You stated that you went to doctors, but they didn't diagnose you for a TBI. It was a concussion, and so that kind of baffles me a little bit because I know there's a difference between TBIs and concussions, but it's a fine line because traumatic are like extreme blows to your head,
Right.
and concussions are um, I don't think as severe because they're a more mild case, I guess. And so and by you having so how many concussions have you had?
I don't know. I could never answer that question.
It's like over five.
Um,
It's over five or
what was that?
more than five.
Definitely more than five. Yeah,
So you would think with all those that would, something would be triggered. But I mean, this is very scary stuff. It's very scary stuff.
it
So,
is.
what are your views about football players and concussions?
I'm sorry, it got kind of choppy there. What was that question?
What are your views about football players and concussions?
My views, I just think the game. I wish the game would take it a little more seriously. All over the coaches, the organizations, the fans. Um, there was a point in time where you truly didn't know what people were, what we were doing to ourselves. I definitely didn't.
Mm-hmm.
The people that played before me didn't. Um, this is pretty recently being talked about,
Mm-hmm.
And now that it has been brought up, I still feel like we don't take it too seriously. I want to say to guys that are still choosing to play, that's your choice, but just know the risks and take it seriously. The leagues take it
Mm-hmm.
seriously. Stop sweeping it under the rug. Um, people are literally dying. People are
Yeah.
losing their minds and dying
They,
over this. And I'm super duper fortunate to be alive. Seriously, I was one of those people where I was on my last limb or leg, whatever the phrase is, and I was rock bottom, and I couldn't take it anymore. It's absolute hell on earth. It really is. And I was really upset too because I did everything right in life. I stuck with sports, I stayed out of trouble. Um, I did everything right, and that was the end result. So it's
yeah.
like I was upset about that, and what the heck did I do to even deserve this? But thankfully I'm doing better, and that's my message to the people that are out, still out there is
Mm-hmm.
take it seriously. Um, it's something that got worse with time, and even me when I walked away from the game, I thought I was going to be fine. I was
Yeah.
dealing with some of the symptoms, but they weren't super duper life altering. I was dealing with them and still going about my life. But over time, it just kept getting worse and worse and worse until I did hit that rock bottom place. And turning 23 was a big deal for me when I turned 23 earlier this year because I was seriously at a point where I didn't see that happening anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so you know, just take it seriously, do your research, educate, know what you're doing, um, load yourself with information. I had to figure all this out on my own. I did the research myself. Um, Unfortunately, nobody out there, in the football world is really saying, hey, this, pushing that education on us. It was up to me, and I think that needs to change too. I think it
Mm-hmm.
should be really pushed. I really do, because I think concussions are just as part of football as scoring
Yeah.
touchdowns. It's a huge part of the game. It happens every single game.
So, how's your transition from football been? Like, has it been like emotional wise and mental wise? Like, how has it been like coming to terms like, damn, I can't play football no more. Like, how has that transition been for you?
The transition was rough, and what made it even rougher for me is nobody told me to stop playing. I walked away on my own. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I gave up my scholarship. Coach had me sign the dotted line. All these thousands of dollars, I gave it away in 5 seconds. You know, not really 5 seconds. It's a decision I sat on for a while. Um, but still, for it to just be like, he looked at me. You sure this is what you want to do? Sign this line, if so. And signed the line, and I came home 2,000 miles back home, and that was really tough. Probably the hardest choice I had to make. Um, I only did it like my whole life. I started when I was 7. I was 19 when I walked away. Um, so that alone was very, very tough. Of course, I basically gave up my identity that day. And I got over it. It definitely took some time and some adjusting, and I kind of just got into other things and really just leaning on my friends that were here back home and just kind of focusing on being young and trying new things that I hadn't done before because I didn't have the time. I guess I was doing football all the time, so
Mm-hmm.
just just moving on to other things, trying new things, and that's what really helped me. But it was really tough walking away. It was very hard.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Katie. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, Michaela. Those are the viewers are watching.
Oh, cool.
So, what? So, I don't know about your Hall of Fame experience. I saw your pictures. I was stupid at your social media, but I saw your pictures. Look, I was stupid that way. But yeah, I saw your on social media, and I noticed that you got accolades for the Hall of Fame. Was it just one, or was it more than one? Or tell us about that
um,
experience.
yeah. So that made it even harder to walk away because I wasn't just playing and having fun. Like I took it seriously and I was earning awards while doing so. I was
Mm-hmm.
giving my all to this game. So yeah, I think the picture you're referring to was the National Football Association Hall of Fame. I might be saying that name incorrectly, but yeah, that was an awesome experience. I did get 2 awards from them, and they had a whole banquet and dressed us out in tuxedos, and me and my friend Cam, we went to that, so that was a really cool experience. Um, I've got some other honors just from my team. Second team San Diego my senior year was cool. First team Western League. Um, I think I was a third leading rusher in the county that year.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I was really I was playing football. I wasn't just standing on the sidelines. I was really out there. But all that was great, and um, it was amazing. I think what you saw too was the we went to state. That was 2012, my sophomore year, and we
Mm-hmm.
won state. I was holding that trophy, so that was fun. Um, I'll never deny that I've had some really great times playing football. That's
Mm-hmm.
why I kept going. I really loved what I was doing. Um, but I wish somebody would have spoken up. I really do. You know.
So I just want to tell you that you are amazing with football and without
Thank
football. And I think I love when people are in their element and they love what they do because it brings out the passion, and it shows like through how you act and your mannerisms. And I know I can feel that you have a love for it. And you can still be involved in football. You can coach. You can mentor people. You can mentor young people coming up playing football. Make them not knowledgeable about concussions and do your part and what you can do. It's not like you got to step away from the game like all 100% because you can still be involved in it in some kind of capacity. And I know we talked last night about you being a sportscaster maybe or something to that effect, or maybe even a coach. So I think there still is like a possibility for you to be involved. You have to actually step away totally 100%, but you might be able to play, but you can help others become knowledgeable about the game as well. So I want you to
Yeah,
always the other perspective of it, like it's not all lost. Like no, I can play, but I can still be a part of it in some type of capacity. So I just want to tell you that.
definitely. I
Um,
appreciate it.
absolutely, absolutely. So what have you learned about yourself throughout this whole experience?
Um, I've learned how strong I am, and it's weird to say because, like I said, it got so too heavy at a point. Um, but in a way, I bounced back,
Mhm.
and I'm here now. Advocating for this, and I've been talking to other guys. A lot of guys have hit me up and said, "Hey, I've been dealing with the same thing. I'm not sure what it is." Or they do know what it is, but just didn't know there are other people out there.
Yeah,
I've talked to some families, wives, moms. Hey, my husband, my son, dealing with this. What did you do? So, um, I've learned how strong I am, and I was always strong. Definitely, I would definitely describe myself as a brick wall before. Nothing really phased me
yes.
until this took over. Then that's when I knew there's a problem because everything started to phase me. But
Hmm.
here I am now. I figured out a way to, be better, and hopefully this keeps up. And kind of just kept fighting. And in this situation, you have no choice but to be strong. Like you're really forced to be strong. And the way I was able to bounce back is honestly it's unbelievable.
Yes.
And I look in the mirror sometimes, and I'm just shocked that I'm even still here. Sometimes I really am. And so yeah, and the turn a new leaf. That's what I'm doing now. Basically, is trying to get other guys, who have played the sport too. I really focus on football, of course, because that's what I did, and
Hmm.
trying to help other guys bounce back as well. Just create a support system,
That's
and
wonderful.
let's move forward type of deal. It's tough and it's way easier said than done.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, your brain it's a very simple concept, but people don't. I feel like think about it. Your brain controls everything you do.
Yeah.
Um, so it's really tough sometimes to be tough with the thing that's also broken. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm doing moving forward, and that's what I've learned about myself is just how tough I really am and have had to be.
That's wonderful. So I was also football is what you do. That's not who you are. You're
Hmm.
still a person outside of football. You're different. You're a different form of yourself. But even though it's so much, you're still out there. You know what I'm saying? You're still who you
Definitely,
are.
yeah.
So so that it's not your entire identity. It's what you do. And so like even like with me or whatever, I lost my ability to walk for a period of time. I'm currently fighting back to get back on my feet or whatever, but I'm still Erica. Like that doesn't this injury does not change my identity. It doesn't change who I am. It's just that I got just a different form of myself. I'm Erica 2.0. You're Isaiah 2.0. And so you got to look at it from that perspective because at the end of the day, we still have life. It's not over. God can still use us. So, like I said, it might be in a different capacity, more other than we want to do, but we can still be used for the greater good. And like I said, you can always mentor your young people, other young people. You say you talk to moms already, you talk to other football players, so you're still being used in a sense that's even probably even greater than actually playing football and making a greater impact, more than just points, touchdowns, more than touchdowns, and the screen. So
Yeah.
a bigger impact is long lasting. So because people, when you inspire people, that lasts a lifetime. A football game lasts what 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours, something like that. And
Couple
so
hours.
you look at a lifetime
Yeah.
impact on people's lives. So you can
Hmm.
look at that way as well. So what great things have happened after your concussion? What great things
Yeah.
have happened?
So afterwards, really, I amount my greatest things that have happened afterwards is really what I'm doing now, honestly. And all this time gap and kind of what you're saying is,
Mm-hmm.
just looking at the bright side. And I love your outlook, by the way. Your outlook on the whole situation and your attitude is amazing.
Thank you.
Um, but yeah, the best thing honestly is this part is helping other people. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it um it warms my soul when somebody reaches out to me. People I've never met before. I don't even know how they found me. And when they reach out and just, hey, this is what's going on. And just talking to them, just even just talk. That's it. Just talking to them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and hearing how thankful they are to, run into somebody else that's experiencing the same thing, just creating that network. Um, it feels really good because, I just think about when I was at my lowest and, I finally found somebody that was going through the same thing as well. And I found that I wasn't alone. It meant
Yeah.
a lot, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So just being able to do that for other people now, just like people were able to do with me, it means a lot. So it, I don't know how to describe it. It just makes me feel good to be able to be in this position
Yes.
now and help others. So without football, I've always liked helping people,
Mm-hmm.
and just being able to. I never imagined it'd be in this way, not for a second, but this is where I landed, and this is where I'm able to um, take advantage of the therapy I went through and being okay and better and doing that. I tell you what, if this was a year ago, I probably would not be on this camera right now. I'd be all over the place with my words. I probably would have had way too much anxiety to hop on here. I can't even explain where I was
I
at
get. I
that
get.
time. But
Mhm. So have you considered beginning an organization?
what was that?
Consider starting an organization of some sort, or
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, there's already some really good organizations out there, like CLF, Concussion Legacy Foundation. They're awesome. There's some smaller ones like Head On is great. So looking at those and seeing how they've been able to grow, I definitely have thought about starting my own thing and
Mhm.
kind of focusing just on football players. Um, so definitely, yeah, you beat me to it. It's something I am looking into, and hopefully something we can get the ball rolling on. So me and another guy named Elijah, it's in Utah. We started a group not too long ago. We got some guys in there, and trying to get some of those guys to open up and um, just build that community. So yeah, hopefully we can roll that over and start some sort of a group or organization. That would be awesome.
Absolutely. I'm looking out for it because I mean I'm telling you, it's like so many people who can be impacted. Like, and once you step out of, not saying, oh, why me? Once you get out of that part of your life, it's like, okay, how can I be effective and be used for the greater good? Because there's so many other
Right.
people that's newly injured. Just like, I don't know what I want to do. Like, I want to give up now. Like, it could be in a voice for them. You know what I'm saying? So there's a greater picture than it's a more greater picture than just using your ability to play football and your, well, not necessarily the ability, but like your what I'm looking for. Um, you still can be used in the capacity to inspire others to not totally think in a negative way about their experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, not to always be down about what they're going through. That it's they're still good. They're still good out this. There's still good that can come out of it. So, like I said, you can still mentor people. You do all kind of stuff. So it's not the end of the world. And you're doing a very good job, from what I can tell. So, with even as far as Facebook posts, like stuff like that, that makes a big difference. And you never know who you're touching, even if it's just one person. It touched
Mhm.
me. Like, you never know who you're inspiring, and we think, well, it's not really that. It's nothing. It is a big deal because that could change somebody's whole life, like their whole life. So I'll take the one word to make a difference, like in somebody's life. So you just never know the impact it can have. Um,
Definitely.
yeah. So, what's next for you? What you have any goals? Like, what's going on in your world? Your world, Isaiah's world.
Isaiah's world. Well, I'm really just now getting back on track.
Mhm.
Um, with who I was before I started going down that path of just so that besides the brain injury stuff and concussions and working on that, I'm just working on personal growth as well. You know what I
That's cool.
mean? And I finally found a place where I've got to at least a platform where I can finally start building on that, which is nice too because um like I said, I never saw that coming back, never again. And
Mhm.
to be able to be in that spot again, it's awesome. So um just working on becoming a better person every single day, you know what I mean? And just it really teaches you too what to take seriously and what not to, you know what I mean? A lot of things in life we take super duper seriously, and
Mhm.
some of those things just aren't all that serious when it comes down to it. Um so just focusing on what's important and building myself as a person, continuing to um work on my brain as well. It's not all perfect, but it's a lot better. So like I said, it's just giving me a platform to just grow from here. You know what I mean?
Mhm. That's good. So, I want you to describe yourself in 3 words.
Oh man.
You can do
uh, um. Oh, strong. We went over that, and like I said, had no choice but to be strong.
it. Right?
Um. Uh. I'll say young,
Yeah,
because we were talking about that yesterday.
you definitely did.
'Cause, yeah. So young still, because I know my other friends that might see this, they're gonna laugh at that. 'Cause I'm always the youngest one, but um, I'm gonna hold on to that, like I said, as long as I can.
You're the baby.
Um, and um, and I'm gonna say smart too. You
Right.
know,
I like
and
that.
s- smart. I'm not talking like book smart or anything like that. I'm talking just smart enough to look out for myself. Um, because I recognized there was a problem before anyone else did, and so I took the initiative to walk away from the game that I love so dearly, and I think that was a very smart decision because you know, who knows how bad it would have been if I just would have kept on going like I planned on doing.
Mhm.
Um, so I
That was
definitely give myself that one.
that was a wise
Mhm.
decision. That's a very wise decision. It takes, like you said, it takes a smart person to acknowledge that. Even though, yes, I love it, I gotta look out for my health. I got to look out for me. Look out for Isaiah. So I think that
Exactly.
uh, outlook. So what should others know about concussions, traumatic brain injuries? Let's end it out with a bang. So what should others know? I want to answer that question as well for myself as well. But you first.
I'm sorry. What? I missed the first part.
What
Maybe I'll try again.
what should others know about concussions or brain
Oh.
injury?
Oh, what should others know?
Mhm.
Others should know that it's not a light injury. When I was playing, it was, oh, he has a concussion. He'll be back tomorrow, or he just has a concussion. And we took it like it was a, I don't know, like a sprained ankle. Like sprained ankle got more attention, I feel like, than concussions.
Mhm.
Um, so I think people should know that they are serious injuries, and and seriously consider the fact, really consider what your brain does for you. I
Absolutely.
know it's hard to imagine um, losing some of those capabilities, with those brain injuries, but you sit and really think hard what your brain does for you. It's everything. Your brain does everything. Your brain is running your body. It's a control center. I describe it
Facts.
all the time like this. You take a computer, or the computer out of a car, for example, and you beat it and you put it back in the car. Like, do you expect it to operate at full capacity the way it did before? Such a random example, but that's the example I use.
That's a good
But
one,
your
though.
car's going to act up. You know what I mean? And that's our brains. Our brain is the computer of our body, and we've got to start treating it that way. And when it's um, messed up, things aren't going to run properly or work
Yeah.
properly. Whether that's your thoughts, your physical, um, your emotions, whatever it is.
Hmm.
Just really consider what all that your brain does for you. Think about what a concussion really is. It's a brain, your brain bouncing on your skull. And when you think about that, just like I said, take it seriously.
Yes. So for me, I'll answer and say that it changed your whole world. Like
Oh
literally,
yeah.
like literally, like your whole world is like upside down. Like no one has any idea like how severe it can get or how rough it
Mhm.
can get at times. We go through stuff that's like I don't think it's the worst thing ever, but it's like it's something that I've never ever experienced. Like again, the cut is totally different. Like it heals like quickly, but a brain injury, it takes a long time. Like it's
Mhm.
years, and it's an ongoing thing at times, and
Yeah.
it's invisible, and
Yeah.
so you can't see it. Does not mean that it's not there, and it affects people. And so I say it all the time. We're all affected in differently with our brain injuries. Some people speech is infected. I mean, impacted. Some people cognitive is impacted. Sometimes people physical abilities are impacted. In so many different ways we're impacted. So we're not in a box. Like don't
Right.
don't put us in one box. Yes, we
Exactly.
have injury, but we're not all the same. It's not brain injuries aren't tailored to the same thing. Like we all have different stories. No one's story is the same. Like don't treat us as such. Like we're all the same because we're not. And I also want to add that we're still people. We're still people. We're still normal. We just have a we're adjusting to do whatever, but we're still normal. Like we're still regular people. Like we're still regular people. So don't treat us like we're quote unquote different, or you know what I'm saying. So it's what I would say from my behalf. But
I agree.
yeah. So this has been so like enlightening, so impactful. Like we're ending out with a bang. This is a great episode. I mean, they're all great episodes, but I just really I feel so overjoyed that 21 episodes in, and it's just like wow, like since I've been doing this since like I think like August. I think like August, and so it's only been 4 months, but just to hear different stories, and it humbles me even more. Like you know what I'm saying? Like even not to go through with people we all go through something, but not in the same way. And it's really humbling, to hear different stories and meet different people. And I met some people all over the world, like everywhere.
Hmm.
It's just so humbling, and I'm so grateful and thankful for this platform, this experience, and just meeting all of you. Like it's been so long. Like I'm just like so thankful and grateful. So I can't thank God
Yeah,
enough. Just
it's really cool what you're doing.
thank you.
Yeah, this is awesome. Thank you so much for having me on your show. And like
Absolutely.
I said, it's crazy because it's like so long ago that we set this up, and here's the day. Like it came fast, but yeah, this is amazing. Just giving people a platform to tell their stories. Um, you telling your own story. It's awesome, and it truly is life saving. Like I said, it gave me a lot of hope when I ran into people just online. I never even met these people that were
Mm-hmm.
going through the same thing. And
Absolutely. It's amazing.
I for the first time I didn't feel by myself. You know what
Yes.
I mean? So yeah, it's awesome, and I
Yeah.
really appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you. It's just such an important thing, and that God trusted me to do it. Like it's just been such a blessing, like I said, and to be able to do it, I'm honored to be able to, help share other people's stories. Because I mean, more people need to know about. I mean, you ever talk about it in our own groups, whatever, our brain groups, but no one else is in our groups. Like everyday people are not in our groups. So I think it's important for
Hmm.
every people to be more knowledgeable and worry about it because there's it's not a secret. Like it's invisible, yes, but it's not the secret. So we're here. It's here. It happened. So why not? Why not broadcast? Why not? Make people know about it. So that's my life about it or whatever. So because like I said, we're still here. We're still normal. We're still people. So
Definitely, right?
doesn't we're still who we are. It doesn't change anything. Ranges are not who we are. It's what happened to us. So it don't have to change our identity. We're still
Right.
the same. It just altered a little bit. So 2.0 version or 2.0 versions of ourselves. That's how to look at it.
Awesome. I like that.
But again, thank you so much for your time, and I appreciate it. And remember, it's not over. Your life's over. It's still, so you can still do something involved. Just mean in the same capacity. So I always keep a good perspective about that, good positive attitude, and you'll be all right. You've been my prayer, so thank you.
Appreciate it. You being mine as well. Thank you.
Absolutely. Have a good day.
Thank you too. Take
You're
care.
welcome. You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
You all. Oh, I know I said it already, but I thank you all again for taking time out of your day to watch every week. For those who do watch weekly, or even if you're the first time watching, I thank you. I thank each and every person who's ever shared it, tuned in, hit me, comment, whatever. I truly thank each and every one of you because this means a lot to me. Um, like I said, this brain journey is not easy, but helping the people makes it, better. Just helping others in general makes everything better. Stepping outside yourself, doing something that is not about you, makes a lot of stuff better. And I'm just so appreciative of this experience. And like I said, we ended on a high note, so I'm so excited about it. And I'm just so like, like over so filled with joy, and it's just such a ride, and I'm just so thankful. It's like I should say I'm speechless, I guess, but I'm just so thankful. And I thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And um, this is Renee, and I'm signing out from TBI Uncovered season one. Season one, like yay! So yeah, so thank you all for rocking with your girl, and I'll see you in June 2021. Peace and love. Remember to love God, love yourself, and love others, and always remember to smile. It's good for you. Bye. Oh, and bye. Come on, thing.